Okay, you guys, we're going to get into this video. I got some good setups that I'm seeing already that's making me pretty excited for this trading week. So before we get into the trade setups, I'm going to go over this news that's coming up because there are just a few important, impactful news events that's going to be coming up. But outside of that, the pairs that I'm looking at, it ain't going to really make that big of a difference anyway. So stay tuned. All right, you guys. So what's coming up this week? You got the euro on Tuesday. It's coming up with a lot of news, so make sure just be careful when you're trading the euro during the London session. You got the PMI, CPI. This is the production numbers, customer inflation numbers, and you also have the regular inflation rate. All of these are coming out on Tuesday, and some of this is also coming out on Wednesday. So just be careful when you're trading the euro on Tuesday mainly. You do have the USD coming out with the ISM manufacturing numbers. That's production numbers basically for the US. It may cause a little bit of jolt in the dollar, so just be careful with that. Unemployment numbers are coming out on Wednesday, again with more on the CPI and PMI numbers on Wednesday for the euro. So Tuesday and Wednesday is kind of going to be jittery for the euro market, but this is going to be the big one. On Friday, you do have the non-farm payroll, and there is an ADP that's going to be coming out. ADP usually reports a day or two before then, and I didn't put it on the report, but just, it's a little blip. It's kind of like a precursor to NFP. So either way it goes, that's something that may cause a little pre-jolt to the markets on maybe Wednesday or Thursday. But the big number is going to be on Friday with USD. With their non-farm payroll numbers. Then you also got CAD, okay? So that's the news. Now let's get to the chart so I can show you some good setups that I'm paying attention to on my favorite. All right, you guys, hold on one second. So here's my favorite pairs to look at is the JPY. Let me put my phone on mute. My favorite pairs to look at is the JPY, and I've been telling you guys this for the longest. JPY, their trend tends to run very, very smoothly, as you can see here. Let's look at it from the 1 hour time frame. You can see it run smooth up and down. There is consolidation periods, but that's okay. But from the 30-minute, you can see that. From the 15-minute, if you want to get early entries, you can do that. And again, I always scrunch my screen up so I don't see all that noisy movement that you would see if you do it like this. So I move it tight so I can see what's right, okay? And as you can see, there's a fresh crossover on the 15-minute, which means that this looks like it's going to be flipping over. You see the MACD is pointing to the downside. And what's nice about the JPY is that all of them do the same thing, and it highly respects the trend. Okay, when you say the trend is your friend, to be honest with you, with a lot of pairs, the trend is not going to be your friend. It'll be a friend to you on Sundays and Mondays mainly, and then it'll flip and start acting crazy. But for the JPY and the CHF, those tend to be more respectful of the trend long term. So if you're going to hold some trades for trend trading long term, I would definitely recommend the JPY and the CHF. Okay. So as you can see here, here's the CHF, and let's go to the 30-minute. See how long it can stay in the trend? See that? So once this flips over to the other side and gets a sell arrow, I'll definitely be looking on that. But you can see it basically respects the long-term trend, long-term. Okay, so you can get some nice moves out of this on the long-term trend. So the trend is your friend with these, okay, on some of them rather. Let's look at NZD Swiss for a sample and see, there you go. See, the long term. All right, but the number one out of all of those are going to be the JPY. So let's take a look at the JPY. You can see the JPY has went in a smooth downtrend. Now it's in a smooth uptrend. And this is what I was waiting for. Early entry, if I can, on the 15-minute. And you can see, boom, it's already heading down. MACD is there. You can see some of these are starting to flip from being a buy into a sell. You got mini neutral now, which means that this is also confirming that there's about to be a switch over in the direction of the trend. So therefore, the JPYs will be the focus of my trading this week for the Forex market. Okay. And you can see this one, I wouldn't touch. It's still, oh, there we go. This one is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. See? And all of them pretty much do the same thing at the same time, which means that you can choose basically your pick of the litter, and they basically going to do that. And so here's the good thing. CHF JPY, guess what? That's one of those that it has very little news. It does have some retail number and unemployment numbers coming out, and inflation. And it's going to have inflation numbers on Thursday. So there may be some jolting and shaking and baking going on with the Swiss JPY. So there could be a spike, like you've seen here, a little news spike, and then it drops. So anyone that would have any news, I would avoid. But this one, I didn't see any news on the AUD this week. I didn't see any news on the NZD this week. So those will probably be my focus. CAD has news on Friday. So, that's something that I'll be concerned about. The euro has news coming out, so I'll avoid that one. GBP, the pound, also did not seem to have much news coming out. So if this one flips this week, as it did, it flipped over, just took a minute to get there. And you see I drew me a trend line across the top right here. Okay, and you can see right there where I was drawing the top. And see, you can go all the way back here. And that is going to, let's see, 430. So for 430, going all the way over, this is still respecting that resistance level. So if that's the case, and it's going to do that, my focus would be GBP, JPY, AUD, JPY, or NZD, JPY. USD is probably going to do the same, but again, it has non-farm payroll number. So anyone that has news events coming up on it this week, I'm not going to be looking at it. It's not an option for me. All right. So that's the pairs that I'm looking at. So we can do a quick breakdown of the others just to give you guys a look at it. So here's what played out on the ocean wave, and I'll start with that one since we're already here. You can see this was in the nice up move. Now it's in the down move, and it's jiggling. So this is what I'm saying. I don't like all this jiggling. So AUD is not an option for me. The AUD is a very, very smooth pair. So once this one flipped the script as well, I'll probably be taking a look at it, but not this week because, again, you got US dollar coming out with NFP numbers on Friday. So, again, I'm not going to look at it. But, again, this is a nice one that runs very smooth. So my focus, again, is going to be here. I do see an early entry opportunity on the 15 minutes, so that's a definite. AUD CAD is still in an uptrend, as you can see, and it's still pushing up on the 30. So again, we'll see. But it's been running so long, and that uptrend is not a time for me that I will be paying attention to it. Excuse me. All right, the AUD Swiss, CHF. All right, this is another pair that I like. Once it flips the script, I'm definitely going to look to jump in on this one. As you can see, boom, it's been in an uptrend for a very long time. Time for it to take a breather. If it does, it could do this smooth move to the downside again. The two pairs that I like to trade with the ocean wave the best is it's the CHF and the JPY. So this will be on my radar as well. It's not ready yet. It's still baking in the oven, but if it does flip, I'm ready to get in on it. Okay. All right. Let's look at CAD Swiss. This one did drop over on the 15-minute. We'll probably see it already happen. So I'm a little late to the game. I will wait for a pullback before I jump in on this bad boy, if I actually do. Okay. But again, it's kind of up and down. So, all right, so this one, again, another smooth run to the downside. Again, you got this, so that could be an option because news doesn't come out until Friday on the CAD. So we could be good to go on that one. And it's not detrimental news. Now, this is what I'm looking at. I love when we have this right here. You see that? That spongy bob, that consolidation, that flat, you know what I mean? Right here. This is what I like right here. Boom, boom. I like that. Okay. Love it. Because if it pops up and it breaks through here, you got a downtrend for real, for real. Okay, so I love it. So this is definitely on my radar again, but I'm expecting to pull back, so I won't be looking to jump into any of these pairs until around 10 p.m. tomorrow night. I'll be looking at the charts 10 p.m. Eastern time, my time. Eastern, I'll look for a pullback first, see if it'll pull back some, and if it does, to give me a perfect entry on this pair, and I will definitely be taking that for a ride. Okay. Again, this one has too much news coming out on it, so I'm not going to be looking at that one. This is the 30-minute on the dollar, euro dollar. And so, again, it's a nice low uptrend, but again, too far gone now. Missed it. All right, so now we're looking at the euro NZD. Again, this is the 30-minute. This thing it can still go down some. It could continue to go down. But again, the big move was way up here on the first 30-minute arrow. So anybody who has the ocean wave, get in on the 30-minute arrow if you want to. Now, if you want to be a little more aggressive, you can get in on the 15. But if you want to be a little more, moderate, then get on the 30-minute and see, you could have wrote this all the way down. But right now it's a little late and we don't have a fresh arrow, so no look for me. Euro pound, same thing. Look at that opportunity. It started way back here. Boom, down. So nothing here. Again, same thing. This is a great pair to trade as well because it tends to respect the trend. Euro AUD. This was CAD. All right, so now we see a flip of the script. Let's go to the 15-minute, and there you go. So this may be on my radar. In fact, let me write that down. Euro CAD. Oh, no. Let me not write it down. Why? Euro has too much news. But this would have been a very good setup. Fresh. Flip. See, once it flips over on the neutral side, you can drop down to the 15-minute and say, can I get in early? And yes, you could. So had the Euro not had so much news, this would have been a Mona Lisa entry. I definitely would have took that. Definite. That's absolutely yes. That would have been a yes for me. Okay. But again, Euro has too much news and I don't like trading volatile pairs. All right. Let's take a look and see if anybody else offers an opportunity. I don't see nothing there. Let's see. GU. GU is another beautiful pair that you can ocean wave trade with. But the problem is that this thing has been running for so long. So not a problem for me to ignore it. All right, GCAD, let's take a look. All right, GCAD. GCAD is showing still up and away on the 30-minute and here. But again, here's the problem. It's been running in that same direction for so long. You're kind of late to the game, so I'm ignoring that one. It's not fresh, okay? This one had already dropped, so nothing there. This one has a flip of the script. This is G Swiss. Now we're talking. Okay, so this one may be on my radar. I'll write this one down. Pound CHF, pound Swiss. So I know the Swiss franc does have some news coming out, but as you can see, even when news come out on the Swiss franc, you may have spike moves like right here. You can see that right here where there was a spike, but then it gets right back up into that trend. It respects the trend highly. So this one may be on my radar, you know, on the 15-minute entry. I see that, but I would expect for it to come and do a pullback first to the main wave. If it does that, then I'll be interested. Other than that, I'll let it roll. All right, going to the JPY. That one, like I told you, yes, that is on my radar. I love it. I'm expecting it to pull back some a little bit closer. Therefore, I can shorten my stop loss. It won't have to be so deep. I put my stop loss above the arrow right here, and then just hold this one and let it swing like a monkey in the tree. Same thing with this one here. Okay, monkey in the tree. Now this is perfect to me. See, the candles are still. I'm still hoping for a pullback, but you can see the candles are not that far away from the main wave. Okay, that's what I'm actually looking for. See, this is starting to drop already, but you see here is the main wave which flipped. You got a down arrow. You have the main wave which is already this yellow right here. See, when it's uptrend, this is green. When it's neutral or consolidating, it turns blue. And when it's time for a flip of the script, it turns yellow. As you can see, this is not that far away from the main wave. Like, let me see which one was. This one was way down, okay? Way away from it, which means it can still go down. It's still like it, you know, it's already in a slow motion drift to the downside, but see the distance between the main wave and the candles. So if it does, you can expect it to do a pullback if it's going to do it. And therefore you could be in some drawdown on that one. So therefore I like to get in the ones that's a little bit closer. But again, and if I do it from this point of view, you can see it a little bit closer. Okay. Which one was that was far away? Fiona, too far away. All right. All right, so here's one where you can see it went way far. Here's the main wave up here. Here's the price action down here. And you got this little gap going in between. So I like that gap to be tightened up, okay? As little gap as possible, okay? So the smaller the gap, the better opportunity for me. The bigger the gap, like then this one, too big of a gap. So I would like to have that gap filled up. So this is not that bad of a gap. And you can see it's in the right direction. Boom, there you go. So again, this is why I wait for around 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It tends to want to do a pullback first, and then it continues. Okay, so those are the options I'm looking at. NZD Swiss, NZD CHF is starting to turn. You can see it had a very nice smooth move to the upside. So the only thing I'll be looking for now is to flip the script to the downside, which I don't have. So I'm going to keep that moving. All right, let's take a look at this one. I don't see anything here. Here's a 30-minute view. Again, this one ran too far, ignoring it too far. USDJPY. Let's take a look. All right, again, as I mentioned, this one is one that it flipped the script. But again, you can see that that gap in between here is too far gone. I would expect a pullback a little bit tighter, at least to even the orange ripples, which is what we call that, the orange ripples. See that ripples? See that gap in between there? That's too far. So I would hope that it would spike back up and at least come in between and fill up this gap between the ripples or the main wave. Then I'll be interested. But it's just, too far gone. So I would hope for a pullback first. Okay, that's what I'll be waiting on that. CAD. All right, now CAD is interesting. I see that it's starting to make its move to the upside right here from the 15-minute. But what's the problem with it? News. So none of these pairs on the US dollar I'm going to be trading. Let's move on to gold. A lot of people like to trade gold. Gold has moved up extremely high to a high level. It's already breaking records. Again, it does show that it can continue, but will it continue? I don't know. Again, it's too far gone for me. Once they make these long distance runs, I'm really not interested myself, so I'll move on. All right, now let's go over to the simplicity system and let's do a diagnosis. Checking this from basically, let's look at from the 1 hour time frame because it's kind of in the middle of the 30-minute and 4 hour. And therefore, you can see there was nice moves here. So if you saw something last week, that was okay. But right now, no, I'm expecting this to retest the top before it drops. Let's stick on the 4 hour because you can better see the picture. Stick here, you can see I'm expecting it to retest this top first. And then if it gets a double top and then you get a 30-minute arrow, yes, that's a go. As you can see, this respects the trend. That's what I was saying. See, respects the trend, respects the trend, respects the trend, respects the trend. We don't have a 4 hour arrow, which we don't care about. But, bottom line is this thing is already in its downtrend. So I'm expecting, hopefully, that this thing will pull back up to try to fill up where this big arrow came in. This candle came in and did a major drop, pull back, then a drop. So I'm hoping that it'll create another lower high and then go down. But I'll be watching it from the ocean wave. Okay, that's where I'll be doing it from. But you can see it's already in that downtrend. Okay, all right, so we can see that right here. It's already in the downtrend. And I'll move my head over here. Now let's go through the next pairs. This is at the all-time boom, 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 double topping. So this is what I was saying on the ocean wave, that some of these, they've extended their welcome way too much. So it's way too high. So therefore, what would I do? I'm only going to wait for a 30-minute arrow for it to go to the downside. But CAD has news coming up, so, be careful. Nothing there. Nothing there. This is already in a nice downtrend already. So this is what I was telling you from the ocean wave. Once it extended itself, I'm hoping that it'll pull back up at least to this level right here. And then I'll take a look at it. Okay, same thing, too far gone. Wait for a pullback. Okay, see, but you can see they already respect the trend, respect the trend, respect the trend. And this is why you can see that better from using the ocean wave for trend trading. Okay. All right, so this is already at the bottom, but that doesn't mean this is the actual bottom. And it can actually go further than this using the daily level. It can come all the way down to here where you can see I have it marked up. Okay, let me pull this up, sorry. Right here, it can come in to this respected level where there was a bunch of activity. So this thing can come all the way down. So again, hey, who knows? And I don't look for reversal trades in the beginning of the week anyway. So this could come down a little bit further before reversing back up. You got EG. Now, EG, interesting enough, it has created a double bottom even on the daily. This daily bottom could be respected. But again, the euro has a lot of news coming out on it. So, trade carefully with it. But I do think that it may do a recheck at this bottom before going up because of all the news. Okay, and then we have this one breaking through. So I don't see anything worthwhile. Nothing here, nothing here, nothing here, nothing here, nothing here. This is basically reversal trading is midweek stuff. Okay, so all of this stuff has already happened. So for an example, you got the double top right here, drop to the 30-minute. There was an arrow, or you could have went to the 15, and there you go. You got a little money, and then get a liquidity. It popped right back up again. All right, so very, very strong momentum to the upside because the dollar had came out with lower interest rates. So the dollar has gotten weakened and everything against it went up. So I, looking at this candle, I think it'll push right back up to the upside again, which is what I was saying. You can see it already started. See, just like I said it was going to do. So I think that this would continue and can push right back on up, okay, and retest. So I wouldn't be looking for reversals, or if you're already in profit, take your money and run on that reversal, okay. So this one has created a triple or quadruple top or quadruple top. That thing in top, and the top many times, but I still think that it's going to come back up and retest it again because that's what they do in the beginning of the week. So I still wouldn't be looking for reversal trades, okay. Not yet, at least. Okay. This is already headed down like we had talked about on the ocean wave. See, boom, it's already dropped. I would hope for it to pull back up some more before I pay attention to it because it's already sitting pretty low to the flow. So I'm hoping that it'll pop back up some before I pay attention. All right, so this one, again, this is going to be one where I'm expecting this drop to pop. And once it come back up, maybe to around here in this range, hopefully. That would be nice, and then I'll hop in. Okay, so same thing with this one. This one is nice. It hasn't gone too far gone, so I'm hoping that it will pop back up into this area here and pretty much rinse and repeat the same strategy, which will be at the 50% retracement. So I'm hoping that this thing will retrace back up. It doesn't have to go all the way up to the retracement level on the 4 hour, but as you can see, that's a big drop. That big, huge candle came in, did a little retracement and dropped some more. So basically, I'm hoping that this thing will come back up. And even if it doesn't come that high, even if it comes to here, I'm good to go. Let's come on back up, retest this thing, and then I'll ride it on around with the ocean wave. All right, here's this one. This one is already gone, so nothing there. This one is interesting. Again, you also have an opportunity here because this thing has went way too far gone and it's overstayed its welcome. So, but because of the NFP on Friday, if you get some entries, that's cool, but don't go heavy on this. But that's a nice looking pair on CAD, NZD CAD for reversal. Now this is nice. This one is one that I would normally love to take. This was a beautiful 415er. You got the arrow, but again, this is already over. I'm expecting this to come back up and retest because again, you got NFP and a weak dollar. Okay. Alrighty. So now moving forward, we have this dollar. You can see it's been coming down pretty nicely. This one came back up because of CAD, but again, I'm not touching these this week. I'm good. I'll leave it alone. Okay, leaving it alone. All right, and we did see that the gold did drop quite a bit and give you some nice play on it, as you can see here. Or if you got in on the 15-minute, that was a nice play for a Friday liquidation. But you can see it's looking like it's going to come right back up and retest. So again, I'm looking for upward move, not downward move on the gold move market. All right, you guys, so that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. By the way, let me tell you guys one more thing that you can do. According to the thumbnail, as you guys can see, man, we completely smashed the markets. What we did last week was just a phenomenal job of just smacking this market all the way around, all of just disrespecting this. We just basically disrespected this market last week. So let me show you this real quick and then we'll be done. All right, let me pull this over and there we go. We did a 92% win rate last week. Okay, 92%, 92. Okay, and this is 80 pips. It just was offline. We did over 700 pips last week, 13 wins, 1 loss. This trade is still running here, and this trade is still running here. That's why you don't see anything in these boxes because of the news. I'm sorry, because we haven't closed them out officially yet. So again, 13 and 1, 706 pips, and we did 92.86% on the win rate, and that's on the Forex side of our copier. You could have been copied on all of these trades and just been doing all this news and stuff that I'm showing you and all these trade setups. You don't have to lift a finger, just set up the copier and let it run. And this is the Forex side. And then you also have the US 30 side, which I had posted many different posts all week long showing you guys true results of what because I am also a recipient of the US 30 copier. on one of my accounts. So I'm getting copied on the trades. That's why I posted to you guys so you can clearly see. I may be using a different lot size, but it's all the same trades. Whatever I'm getting, you getting, except for if you have a very small account size, then your broker may limit the number of trades you receive based on your account size and the margin levels you have. So if I receive 2 or 3 trades at one time, you may only receive 1. So that would be the only difference. And all you have to do is increase your account balance. And once you do that, the margin levels go up a little bit and you can be copied on even more. But I would strongly suggest just use good money management. You start off with the smallest lot size you can, and I always recommend get a micro lot indices account. Micro lot, I know CoinEx offer that, Plexi Trade offers that, where you can actually ask for a micro lot indice account, and that is equivalent to trading 0.01 lot size on a Euro USD pair. So if you have a smaller account balance, yes, you can still trade the US30 as if it's just a 0.01 lot size on any of the Forex pairs. It's going to be exactly the same. So you are in no threat of losing your balance in your account at all. Okay, so you can take 5 of those trades at 0.01 lot size and only be risking around $5 or $6, less than $10 a trade, with 4 of those trades wide open and running in drawdown. So that's why I recommend get a micro lot account from your broker. And if they don't immediately offer, ask them, do they offer it? If not, switch to a broker like CoinEx or Plexi Trade. They do offer it. And I know they offer nice leverage. And I think Plexi offered the best leverage. Again, I'm not making broker recommendations, but for the sake of helping you out, I think Plexi right now has the best leverage, and they do offer their services to U.S. clients, and CoinEx does as well. But there's other brokers out there, of course, that you can use. So how do you get there? If you want to get involved with that, let me show you. So we do offer 3 different services. This is just if you just want the Forex side of the copier, or if you just only want the US30 copier, it's right here. But if you want the combination, you do get a double discount for both. Okay. So I suggest get the double discount because it's going to be cheaper in the end if you get both of these, okay, for the subscription, okay? But again, and here's a video if you want to see how the copier works. It's right here on the website. Just play this video and you'll see how it actually works. It's very simple. You set it up on your MT4 or MT5. We have it for both. And once you set it up, then you set up your lot size, and then that's it. Just leave it alone. Let it run. And check it maybe once a week. Okay, you guys? Enjoy the weekend, and I love you guys. See you in class on Wednesday. Thank you very much. And the website, by the way, I'm sorry, I didn't even give you the website. So the website is superezforex.com, or you can go directly to this site, which is superezcopycat.com. Super E as in echo, Z as in zebra, copycat.com. Thank you, guys.